Hello and welcome to Retro Restos, where we keep modern classics moving. So today it's just a very quick one. Whilst the weather's a bit better, we're going to replace the air filter and also the spark plugs on this Delta HF Turbo. We've got the replacement parts down here ready to go. The car's been off the road for quite some time, or it had been anyway, during its life, and I know it as part of the recommissioning process it had an oil and filter change, and whilst it's running absolutely beautifully at the moment, it does make sense just to go through. I may well, looking at the condition of the HT leads, they're actually running okay, but I might upgrade those actually, but certainly today we'll get the plugs in and we shall do the air filter. So first up, the air filter on the HF, very simple, literally just a case, he says, of popping the clips all the way around the airbox. There's 5 altogether. There's 3 on this, 2 there, 1 there, and 2 that are slightly more awkward to get to just at the front. But what I'll do is I'll just pop those now and show you the air filter. Okay, so the clips are now loosened off. I've just popped the lid of the airbox housing here now. Incidentally, I did loosen this little clamp, just slackened that off a bit. It's not strictly necessary, but it does help you just to take the strain off the air hose whilst we lift the top of the airbox up. So to remove the filter, there aren't any hand tools required. It literally is as simple as that. So this particular one looks fairly clean on that side. A little bit grimy, not the best, not the worst. It hasn't done many miles, this one, certainly since it was recommissioned. But I think what we'll do now is do away with the paper one and replace with the Pipercross filter, which is here. So this one's got a lifetime guarantee, and it literally is a drop-in drop out type of affair, so we'll carefully install that. It's a two-handed job, so I should be back very soon. And so the only thing to look out for now that it's seated in there is just to make sure that it's seated squarely all the way around. Just gentle press all the way around, right to the back as well. It's quite pliable and quite deformable, so we just make sure that's in nicely, and then it's a case of simply putting the airbox lid back over the top, and we'll snap these clips back on and just retighten the clamp, and that job will be done. I'll put the camera down now because it is a bit of a two-handed job to secure it and snap it back in, because these are quite fearsome little clips. So I'll be back shortly. So the airbox is reassembled now. We've got those clips securely back in position. There's 2 more at the front as well. And then we've just clamped the hose back up nice and tight, so that's all nice and snug and is not going anywhere. Great. Next job then, the spark plugs. Now, usual thing really with spark plugs, nice and simple, very easy to get to on this car. What can I tell you? Basically just usual stuff really, just disconnect 1 HT lead at a time. There's no point in doing all of them and then getting them confused and mixed up and getting the wrong firing order, so we'll just stick to 1 at a time. It's running absolutely fine at the moment, but it's worth sort of just changing them, as I don't know when they were last changed. And again, whilst it is running fine, I noticed that the HT leads have got a bit of pickup, a bit of grot on them, so it might be worth just replacing them as well next, I think. But the plugs themselves look nice and clean, but nonetheless we'll get them changed. So usual stuff, just check, blow out any leaves or debris or anything like that first of all, because we don't want anything nasty sort of falling into the cylinder board if we can help it. With regards to removing them, I'm using a, let me see, something like a 22mm. I should be able to find that on there. Yeah, it's a 22mm deep socket. I do have a spark plug socket there, but it's not quite big enough, so I recommend about a 22 for the one that I'm taking out anyway. So we'll give that a go and see how we get on. Well, that's my first one out, and it just goes to show that appearances can be deceiving. It looked relatively bright and clean inside the actual well there, but actually, whilst it is burning quite cleanly, and to be fair, it's only been a couple of short journeys, so it's a little bit sooty, but actually it's burning quite nicely, and the plug doesn't look too bad, to be fair, but it would benefit from a clean up. but I think what we'll do is we'll just go ahead and put these new ones in, and then the job's done properly. So here we go. The first one's in, hand tight, plus about a quarter of a turn. It does vary a bit, but I guess it's a little bit by feel. It does tell you on the box for flat or for tapered washers, and that feels about right. So we'll get the HT lead back on, and that's one down, 3 more to go. So all the old plugs are out. They look pretty grotty, but actually the tips are pretty good on these. They're nice and clean. The engine was running well, as I say. I just thought they perhaps could do with being refreshed. So I'll get some cleaner and a little soft brush on these, just clean them up and put them into storage for safekeeping. You know what us car guys and girls are like. Always happy to keep old parts and crap hanging about the workshop. So yeah, we'll probably keep hold of these after a bit of a clean, because we know that they were working fine. But anyway, back to the car. So the air filter's done. The oil and filter was changed not long before we actually took delivery of the car, so that's not too bad. That's cool. The plugs are in. We'll get some new HT leads, I think, because these ones are just a little bit old. We could probably benefit from perhaps some upgraded ones. So that's it. There is a new fuel filter on the way. Again, no problems with fueling at the moment, but I don't know when it was last changed, so for the sake of a few copper washers and a new filter, that job can get done. So we'll keep you posted on that one. And yeah, then we've got some cosmetic bits and pieces to do, so stay tuned. And yeah, work in progress. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already for more updates on this, and also on the old motorbikes. And we've got Honda Preludes and all sorts of stuff. So yeah, it'd be great to stay in touch. So thanks very much for watching. Just before I say goodbye, I think I said it was a 21 or 22 mil socket. I had a proper look once I was getting the plugs out, and it was 13/16 of all sizes, which was the best fit for the plug. I guess you'll figure that out for yourselves anyway, but hopefully that's useful. So in the meantime, here she is then. I've not started her since the air filter and spark plug change. So here's the first cold start. Let's have a go. Smooth as silk. Just take the handbrake off. There we go. Running beautifully. So thanks again for watching, and this is Retro Vestos over and out.